Well, I'm in the refuge office, just a few yards away from what is going on down at the refuge. And I suppose now's as good a time as any to express my incredible anger, and I hope you all understand. Because if I don't say it now, I will rationalise it, I'll think about it, I'll put it out in a palatable way. Sometimes there is no time for that. I want to say firstly to the two associations who chose to attack me last week, one of you more discreetly than the other. I think the one in Essaouira was used and they tried to do a good job. Thank you for involving your vet. But I say to you now, in very uncertain terms, you called us, you questioned our competence. Where are you now? Where are you? What the hell are you doing? Did you think that by questioning my competence, you would somehow have all the international support I have, transfer their support immediately to you, so you could even put water on your land? You contacted me before, and I had said that I would be prepared to help, and indeed I would have been. It would have been amazing to have a facility down in Essaouira, but then you chose to attack me. And that has left me extremely angry, because now that dust settles a little, you've had your moments, you've brought a donkey or two in, you've caused a fuss. Where are we today? My vet is down there at the moment, having to put a horse to sleep. A horse that I haven't mentioned to you yet, that came to the village with paralysed hindquarters. We treated for a whole week with very expensive medication in order to get those limbs moving again, and we couldn't. And sadly, he's going to have to be euthanized. That's happening now. And my men here are going to have to bury that horse. Do you know what that involves? Do you know the trauma it means to us all? Have you got any idea? And so we move on. We have told you about Lucky, who we are thrilled with. He came in the most dreadful state, and truly I didn't think he'd survive, but he has, through the hard work of the men here. We always try to tell you whenever we can what the recovery is. And remember, we've over 260 equines now, so it's not always easy to replicate every equine every day, but we do our best. Lucky is doing well. The little tiny foal that was born is doing well. And what happened yesterday? We get a phone call from Rabat. They at first said they were in Al Jadida and there was a donkey in distress. They sent me a video. We couldn't ignore it. We couldn't leave it. So I did contact them, and they then sent me an update, and I asked them to get in touch with Ayoub directly. And in the update, they told me, no, it wasn't in El Jadida, it was in a region of Rabat. So Ayoub said, no, I'm prepared to go and get it. We don't have any transport up there that we can utilize. So he was working all day yesterday, a lot of yesterday evening, and he went to bed here and got up at, I think he left about 4 o'clock in the morning. He's so exhausted, he went to the wrong place. He went to El Jadida, which is 2.5 hours away from where this donkey was. But he's now there. He's picked up 2 donkeys, and the video is there. Rabat is the imperial city. Perhaps the wealthiest city in Morocco, I'm not sure. But we hear so much and we get attacked so often about associations in Morocco. But at the end of the day, what are we to do? Are we to leave these 2 poor little creatures in the state they were in? They'd been there for a week with traffic going back and to. So what are we having to do now? Sadly, the horse that's going to be euthanized, we're going to have to sterilize that stable this afternoon and get it ready for these 2 donkeys coming into the hospital block. But please, we try our best. We're not always the best in the world, but we do try, and I'm sure you'll understand. somebody visited us today from Rabat. It was a Moroccan who'd been living in Spain. Wonderful, wonderful man who had seen a donkey dying really in Casablanca and had come all the way over from Spain, was so horrified by what he saw, he felt he had to come and speak to us and offer what help he could. He's a pharmacist, so that's wonderful. He'll be able to help us get some more bute for painkiller. And there are so many Moroccans like that now who come to us and want to help. So the way forward is not to just set up other associations. And I'm back to the old arguments that I've often peddled in front of you. We were privileged. We were able to set up this association because we had some capital. We'd been lawyers. We had some money. We've invested the money we had in the land, in the water. We have pumps all over the place. We are covering over 6 hectares with water for all the horses, all the donkeys, all the washing the stables, all the showering. We were able to bring electricity in underground, and that is now goes to all our stables. It's been a huge expense, and we're privileged that at our time of life we could do it. But don't knock us for that, because on top of that, we employ 18 Moroccan people who have taught us how to look after these equines. I'm sorry to sound so pissed off, but I am. Okay, speak to you soon.